By fine-tuning their research to achieve publication, a researcher has stunned their colleagues with their climate study. Tailoring a wildfire study to emphasize global warming, a climate expert in the US caused a stir among his colleagues when he exposed what he believed to be bias in a prominent journal. Nature's prominent editors expressed anger and surprise over Patrick T. Brown's actions in pointing out the one-sided climate narrative in academic publishing, while his supporters offered applause. One of his co-authors also found themselves taken aback by Brown's move. On September 5th, an article with Brown as the author was posted on the Free Press. The headline read, "I published my climate change paper by withholding the full truth." In a study published in a journal, he intentionally examined the correlation between increased temperatures and the chance of wildfires. The study neglected to factor in land management and focused primarily on the impact of higher temperatures. "I stuck to a narrative I knew the editors at Nature would like," the article stated proudly. "It paid off because now I'm published in one of the most prestigious scientific journals. However, this approach is not ideal for genuine scientific inquiry." Stephen J. Davis, a professor at the University of California, Irvine, and a co-author of the study, was caught off guard by Brown's remarks, AFP reported. "We don't know whether a different paper would have been rejected," he said in an email, adding that Patrick had made decisions based on his belief that they would ensure publication. Editors and reviewers being biased, he believes fervently. But the support for such a bold proclamation seems to be lacking. At the Breakthrough Institute, a private non-profit research group, co-director Ted Brown leads the climate and energy team. Their focus? Finding technological solutions to environmental challenges, such as the promotion of nuclear energy. Formerly known as Twitter, X was utilized by him to write about his September 5th revelation in great detail. However, despite an AFP request for comment, he remained silent on the matter. Some social media posts commended Brown's transparency, courage, and honesty. Meanwhile, there were also tweets that pondered about the ethics of his decision. David Ho, a climate scientist at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, tweeted that boasting about presenting research publicly is taking it to the next level. He was commenting on the presentation of research in a study which he called a choice. "Ends up feeling like a sting operation of questionable ethics," said Ivan Oransky, co-founder of Retraction Watch, regarding Brown's decision to track withdrawn academic papers on their blog. "Absolutely. Scientists clean up the narrative for a stronger story," said Oransky in an AFP interview. "And they absolutely need to publish to keep their jobs." He ended up there by using a logic experiment with notably flawed aspects, which is persuading those already skeptical about the meticulousness and sincerity of climate change scientists. Irresponsible was the term Magdalena Skipper, editor-in-chief of Nature, used to describe Brown's actions. According to Skipper, Brown's actions were a reflection of poor research practices. During peer review, the study's discussion revolved around other climate variables, which she emphasized as the most crucial issue. In the journal, 3 studies were pointed out by her that examined various factors rather than just climate change, in relation to wildfires, Amazon emissions, and marine heat waves. In a statement, she noted, "Nature's inclination when it comes to science lacks a designated storyline. Submitting to it, reviewing for it, and publishing in it, as someone who has been reading the Nature Journal family," Brown tweeted, "I think that is nonsense," in response. With research grants and tenure subject to the whims of science journal editors, young researchers are constantly under pressure to publish or perish, a complaint frequently heard from scientists. "I am one of them," Brown wrote confidently, before revealing that smart researchers personalize their studies to boost the probability of acceptance. Brian Nosek, a psychologist and co-founder of the Center for Open Science, a US organization that advocates for transparency and scholarship, addressed how journal editors and reviewers may feel concerned regarding how a complicated topic, especially one that is politically charged, will be perceived by the public within the publishing industry. When it comes to gathering and reporting evidence, it's important for science to embrace complexity rather than succumbing to oversimplified ideological stories, he remarked. Patrick's agreement in simplifying his scientific work for a career isn't astounding. Regrettably, that decision doesn't benefit himself, science, or mankind in the grand scheme of things. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.